Hey everybody, Rachelle Jones, Lunch and Live at 11:45. It is Friday, October 25th. So today, this is if you're here in Santa Clarita Valley or somewhere nearby, or even if you're not nearby, it doesn't actually matter where you're joining in from. This could be helpful to anybody who has children in their care, around them, near them. They spend any time with children at all. This could be helpful for you guys. So, just kind of some things. So, I'm here in Santa Clarita Valley, which is currently on fire. There are fires everywhere, massive evacuations all over the valley. I think I heard 40,000 people, which is a lot of people. So there's stuff happening right here in my community. And that's why I wanted to just make sure I'm looking out for everybody but the kids. So sometimes these things happen and the kids get missed. The needs of children in these moments get kind of missed or overlooked. Hey Cheryl, thanks for joining today. So I just wanted to talk a little bit about that, but quite honestly, we should be doing this for everyone. So fires like this, kids all different ages, and this could be for any age. We don't always talk with them about what's going on, but they hear it from their friends, or they hear it on the news, or they hear it on the radio, or they feel your energy. They feel that the energy of the home and the area is different. They see the air is dirty. Yesterday it was straight up black, dark smoke everywhere. So they're seeing those kinds of things, and they're wondering. They don't know. Maybe they haven't had this experience before. They don't have the framework to decide what it feels like, but they know they feel it. They don't have the words to describe it. They don't know what's brewing inside of them. And so anytime you have kids in your care, sometimes we want to be strong and just keep them from it, right? We don't want them to see that we're nervous. We don't want them to see that we're afraid. We don't want to talk with them about, whatever, because we don't want to insert fear into them. That's not going to happen. They already have something brewing if they're going to. And if they do have a little bit of fear brew up, it's not the end of the world, right? Isn't that part of being human? So when we prevent them from being able to access what their feelings are and bring notice and awareness to it, we're sort of giving the message that there's something wrong with it. There's something wrong with them. There's something wrong with being afraid, and it's really just part of being human. So it is scary. I mean, it is scary for kids, for adults, for me. So the first thing is, don't try to be strong in front of them and hide all of the feelings. You adults, no matter what age you are, if you're watching this, I want you to consider hiding your feelings is not sending a good message, okay? And that will play out for the rest of the kid's life. When something scary happens, let me just hide all fear and all feelings. Grief is the unsaid emotional stuff that brews up after change. So not saying it or even trying to say it, but it not feeling heard, that adds to our grief. So you adults, you need to start talking about your own grief, your own feelings. I feel so scared just for the first responders, or I feel so scared for our home, or oh my gosh, I'm wondering about my friend. I just feel worried about my friend. Share your emotional truth. That's always going to be step number one, no matter what the situation is, but I'm specifically talking about people affected by the fires. Share your emotional truth. How are you feeling? Not all the facts and details. So all the facts and details are different. They're a side note. They're, if your child or the child in your care wants to know facts and details, they will make that known. So don't go into and then this happened, it's been this many acres, and this is how it started, although we don't know that yet. And this is what's going to happen, and blah, going into all the facts and details and what's going on step by step, that's not helpful. That's not what we're looking for. We're looking for emotional truths. I'm feeling frightened. I'm feeling scared. I'm feeling, I'm worried for my friend, or I'm nervous about my jobs. I can't get to work, and if I don't get to work, I don't get paid, so I feel a little frightened. Or my heart feels like it's going really fast. when I think about this, I think I'm feeling, nervous. Connect. Well, always share your emotional truth, always. But if you can connect heart, physical sensations with what you're feeling. My heart is really racing because I don't know what to expect, or I'm afraid to go to sleep because it's so windy and the things might blow. And, actually, everything I just said after because is really more head stuff. We want to stay in the heart. So if they want to know why, they'll ask you. So the first thing is for you to go first. You going first creates safety. It creates a framework for the children to start to connect what they're feeling physically, what they're noticing, what they're hearing. It helps them to start connect dots and connect pieces. Cheryl, this is saying you want to be in the video. Is that true? Give me a couple thumbs up if you want to be in the video. If it's an accident, I don't want to freak you out. Oh my gosh, I didn't mean to do that, So, oh, didn't mean the request. Okay, I'm glad I asked first rather than just shock people and do it. So yeah, go first. It's giving the kids safety. It's giving them the, helping them to start to grow in awareness of what's going on in their body. And it's also teaching them that they're allowed to say it out loud to you. I feel scared too. What does that mean? I don't know what to think. I was looking for an email I just sent out. Here we go. I just sent it out to some of my local families who I've worked with here. But telling your emotional truth that normalizes feelings, it brings safety, it brings awareness, all of those kinds of things. Tell age-appropriate factual details. Age-appropriate. So if they want to know more, let them know age-appropriately. Don't go into the huge story if that's not what they're looking for. Listen to the cues of your child. What are they looking for? What do they need to hear? What are they really wanting to know? But remember to stay engaged with your heart. We've talked about that a lot before. Don't stay in your head. Even if they're asking the questions, I will always go to an emotional question first before I just download the factual details of what they're asking. They'll make it really clear if they were looking for the factual details. My emotional question in that emotional meeting isn't going to satisfy their need. You're going to know it. They're going to know it. There will be plenty of feedback for it. So just stay in that moment. Don't be afraid. Don't walk away from the feelings. Age-appropriate facts. Do not try to be strong. We've already talked about that. Don't try to be strong. These are just a couple quick little helpful details. Being strong is not anything to do with emotions. That's like how much weight can you bench press, bro? That's being strong is not anything. Be human. Be real. Be real with where you are, what you're feeling, what you're afraid of or nervous about, all of those sorts of things. Don't try to just keep everyone busy. Just keep everyone busy so they're distracted and they don't know what's going on. And hi there, thanks for joining. Don't try to keep everyone busy. This is not the time to just be so busy that you can't think, you can't focus. It's not the time to do it for your kids either. It's not helpful. Again, it's going to send the message of feelings or fear are bad. It's okay if they know. In fact, oftentimes the fear is brewing because they're not being communicated with. Kids, I remember myself, different experiences when I could feel the energy of fear. It was just different, right? Fires are different. We don't have that going on every day. So, great advice with the tornadoes, hurricanes, and all the yuck Mother Nature throws at us. Yeah, that's totally so true. With all of this stuff, with bullies, it doesn't matter really what the topic is. When there's something that happens that we feel kind of painful, some pain brewing on the inside, we usually don't ask for that to happen. It just does. So we have to be willing to hear our children and not run from it, and not try to just be busy to bury them in so they can't look out and see and maybe become afraid. Becoming afraid is normal in scary situations. Let them be normal. You be normal too. So share your own feelings, talk with your kids, listen with your heart. If they want to know more about the facts, you can let them know age-appropriate levels. Make sure you're only answering the question, not, some gigantic big story about all of everything. Just try to stay with where they are. The other thing is, let's see. Oh yeah, yes, there are things that need to be done. So don't get me wrong about being busy. Just blah, blah, blah. But if we're just being busy for the sake of hiding our emotions, that's what we want to avoid. But yes, we have things to get done. We have stuff to do. Part of this whole thing too is part of fear is we don't know what to do. Well, and then what? And then what, right? So help your kids, engage them as you're making plans, as you're saying, okay, so if this happens, this is what we're going to do. Or what do you think? What are your ideas? What do you want to make sure we grab? What do you want to make sure is safe and protected? Ask your kids, involve them. Don't try to hide them or shield them from the realities of what's going on. Age appropriately, they need to be with you, and your emotional truth is always age appropriate. Set the stage for your kids to be able to communicate their emotions. They go into hiding them or denying them because nobody's ever taught them how to do it. Guess what? Their future's in danger. It's very, 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 very challenging to undo that, and we don't know when or if they will wake up to the idea of, oh my gosh, I have a bunch of emotions stored in there. So just be aware. And, at the end of it, we can't talk our kids out of their fear. Know that you cannot talk your kids out of, there's no magic set of words or there's no magic line. So Cheryl says here, I was always protected, never told anything. Everything was a sucker punch. It always felt like, ooh, that's a good one. It does feel like, what? Still, as an adult, it happens. I'm now uncomfortable when adults show emotions. Yeah. You're growing though, Cheryl. I know that you're growing in comfort with that. But yeah, you're right. We are uncomfortable with humans being human because humans have emotion, but we are so uncomfortable with it that we hide it. We change the subject. We try to say something funny or we try to give some really fancy intellectual fix. Oh my gosh. And with the fires and the hurricanes and tornadoes and all the things going on, please don't tell your kids it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. It's going to be okay. Please don't tell them that. They can actually feel that what you're saying may not be true. They can feel the fear. Just tell them, I feel frightened, but I'm hoping that we're going to be all right. I'm hoping that we're going to be all right came after my emotional truth of, I'm feeling frightened. I don't know what's going to happen. I just want everything to be okay. That's very different than, no, don't worry, everything's going to be fine. God's got this. We got this. We're going to be fine. We don't know that. So let's just be honest with our kids. Share your emotional truth. Cheryl says, yes, recently I've been hearing you're being human. Don't apologize for that. Yes, don't apologize for being human. That is so true. So don't keep your kids busy. Don't lie to them. They know you're lying if you say it's going to be fine, it's going to be great, everything's wonderful, amazing, whatever. And also, you can't fix them. You can't take away their fear. In fact, you're adding to their fear when you're denying your own. Consider that. You're adding to your kids' fear when you're denying your own because you're telling them there's something wrong with them. There's something just shameful about being human, and there isn't, and we all know that. So the last idea I have for you, well, I have many, but I'm trying to keep it pretty short, is when you don't know what to say, please just be quiet and offer. Say that again. What did I just say? I said you are adding to your child's fear when you are not honest about your own. Is that, Cheryl? Is that what you're talking about there? We'll see. The other thing is, if you just don't know what to say and you just don't know what to do, just be quiet and offer your child a hug. Would you like a hug? And if you hug them heart to heart. None of the side hug business. Good, we got it. Okay. So none of the side hug business, hey, or rub their hair. No. Would you like a hug? And if they say no, would you please hug me? I mean, you could say that. I need you to hug me, please. Hug heart to heart. Hug firm and tight. There's my alarm. Hug firm and tight. Heart to heart. And still. So if you offer your child a hug and they say yes, You hug firm and tight and still. Don't like rub their back. I know. Don't pat their back. Don't do anything like that. You just hug firm and tight and still. When you feel their shoulders let go, then you know they got what they needed. Then you can let go. Don't hold them so tight that they're squirming to get away. Hug them firm and tight and still. Not trying to break their ribs and suffocate them and squeeze off their air supply. But when you feel their shoulders let go, okay, then you can let go. Don't rub them. Don't pat them. Nothing like that. Or burp them. Maybe, think of the days when you had the baby and you were burping. Shh, shh, shh. We don't want to shh, shh, shh. Our kids, we want to hi. We don't want to shh, shh, shh. Calm, calm, calm our kids. We just want to offer them the love and support that they need in this moment. These fires are scary, and I know they're in the country. There are other things going on. It's not just the fires. But if you're right here in Santa Clarita, you are going through the fires. So keep this stuff into mind. Put it into practice. Share it with your friends. Very quick, simple steps just to help your children through these times that are unplanned, unwanted, and just darn right scary. We don't want to add to their fear, and we don't want to teach them that their fear is shameful or something to be upset, to hide or it just makes them broken or less than. It doesn't. And please don't say things like, what's wrong? Say, what's bothering you? What's bubbling up? Okay, there's nothing wrong with being human. And if you want to be super sure to avoid sending that message, make sure you're sharing your humanness with them as far as sharing your emotional truths. Emotional truths look like, I feel scared. I feel just nervous. I feel uneasy. I feel anxious. I feel threatened. I don't know what your emotional truth is going to be exactly for you, but bring your kids into your world a little bit. Set them up for success, for being their own adult one day, maybe leading some other children. We don't know. So, do you have any questions? You can put them here as you watch the video. If you're re-watching the video, put hashtag replay, or send me a message. Send me whatever you need. Email me, text me, whatever you need. I'm here today. I'm not working today. My kids are out of school. So I'm here to be helpful if that's something I could do for you. I'm imagining a virtual one now. Not letting go. That's awesome. Thank you. Does sharing your emotional truth in this situation make the other person more nervous? No. It just helps them be connected. So here's the thing. There's two paths we can take. We can take the path of fear or the path of love. The path of fear that says, no, I'm not going to tell them because they might be afraid. I'm not going to tell them because I don't want them to be nervous. I don't want to tell them because I don't want them to have nightmares. We keep people distant with our fears. But when we choose to go forward in love, we take away that division and bring connection. So love speaks the truth. Love speaks emotional honesty at all times. Love speaks emotional honesty. Fear keeps us divided because of what their reaction might be or whatever. So, and even if they do get nervous, you're going to see it if you're watching. Are you afraid? What's bubbling up for you? Is it for the animals? Ask questions. Don't be afraid of someone having an emotion. And you don't be afraid of your own emotions. So I hope that's helpful for you. Please share this with your friends, anyone who has connection with children, teachers, principals, first responders, your siblings, cousins, you name it. Please share this information because it's just quick, simple stuff to actually be practicing right now if you're not in an emergency. And if it is an emergency, hopefully that'll get you going. I love you all. I will not be here next Friday, which is the 1st, I think, November 1st. I will not be here next Friday. I will be out of town. But I will be back on the 8th. So I love you, everybody. Thanks for joining. I hope this finds you safe and well and out of harm's way. I'll talk to you next time.